Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And I hope that you can hear me. You know what? I need to just jump over and make sure. Um, let's see. This should be, yeah, at least I'm pretty sure. um, anyway, okay, so welcome back. This is post JA26, number 13. This is live number 5 at 5. So that sounds very official, right? So we are going to look at the scrapbooking workshop kits and their coordinating products in this video. And I just told Cindy that it is very clear from what I have of this selection that my shopping has been very haphazard. So anyway, let me jump down. We're going to start on page 8 of the mini catalog. So we are just about finished with our January through April 2026 mini catalog launch, mini catalog and January online exclusives launch party. I'll wrap up at 7 o'clock, but this is our last in-depth look at products. So on page 9, right? You see over here. So we have the Love Story Scrapbooking Workshop Kit, and you can see samples that have been made, sample pages that are made with this kit, and I'm just verifying that. So this is the page layout 1 right here, and you're seeing that. So this is the page 1 layout, and then this is page 2 layout, and then this is page 3. So this is the scrapbooking workshop kit, and it comes like this in it's bigger. This bag is bigger than 12 by 12 because it's got 12 by 12 sheets in it. And let's just take a peek at what all is inside. I continue to be amazed at the value of these kits. Now, the scrapbooking workshop kits are not always priced the same, and the contents can vary a fair bit as well. So this one is priced at $37. I keep trying to figure out where am I smart. Now, I labeled this January through April 26, Endless Love, because the Love Story Scrapbooking Workshop Kit coordinates with the Endless Love suite in the catalog, right? That was my logic so far. So I want to look at the instructions because I think this is the part that has amazed me the most. Um, this starts with your cutting diagrams. Remember when we looked at the virtual card retreat in the very first live, I think, I flipped over the designer series paper and I talked about the cutting layouts that they had. Well, this is not going to be marked on your paper in the scrapbooking workshop kit because it's two-sided. So what they do is they show you which piece of paper you're cutting, which one to call the front, which one to call the back, and then they tell you where to make your first cut. That's the one that's critical. And then they give you every cut after that, right? So, and they also tell you which page you're going to need. So you have 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B. Okay. So when I start working these, I have piles, right? So first is 1, 2, and 3 piles. And as I cut and it tells me where to put them, I typically put them. Now, sometimes I'll mark them with a pencil to help me know. I'll mark them with whatever this is so that I know
and I try to do this on the back side of however I'm using it so that I can tell it that this is, this is 1A, this is 1E. I'll put that number and letter in it. Actually, this tells you far more than 1A, B. This will go so far as to, in the diagrams, we'll see, like this is 1A, 1E, 1L, 1P, 1C, 1G, 1N, 1R, and they'll actually be that specific in our instructions for assembly. So you start out with your cutting instructions for all of the cardstock or designer series paper that you need to cut, and then you get into the assembly. So the top picture is the finished product, and then the bottom picture is is more opaque, and it indicates, so here's 1A, here's 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, and it tells you, which pieces you're using, and it'll also give you some indication if you are that by the book. It'll tell you how far in, how far down you're coming with that particular item. All right, so that's the same for all three of the layouts. All right, set that aside for a minute. Let's look at the contents of the kit. Now, this paper is going to look pretty similar to the paper in the Endless Love Suite collection, but there are going to be some differences. There's going to be some paper that's included in here that is exclusive to the workshop kit, and this is going to contain both designer series paper and two-tone cardstock. So here's the first one is our hearts, and it's only one-sided. That tells me that this pattern is exclusive to my workshop kit. It is going to be the base of one of my pages. Same thing for this one. And this looks like the embossing folder that we saw, right? That's that same pattern as the embossing folder. So, the coordination is just amazing. And then we have this, and it is also, oh, it's not one-sided. Okay, so this is two-sided. So it is not necessarily exclusive to the workshop kit, but there are times that they are different even when they're not exclusive to the workshop kit. And it's been long enough ago that we looked at this that I don't remember. So then we have our two-tone cardstock, right? You're familiar with how that works. You can see the light and the dark here. I'm not going to pretend that I know exactly what color that was. I'm going to say bubble bath, and that this is Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just turning over the top sheet so you can see one dark, one light. And we've actually got multiple Flirty Flamingo sheets. Okay. And then this looks real red to me, but I don't know. And then we have some white willow. White willow is a color that came from the Close to My Heart colors. Then these are dies. Okay, these are already perforated, right? And if I flip to the back, look at this. It tells me which project each one goes with. So again, I'm going to cut my paper. I'm going to sort it out 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to punch all these out and 1, 2, and 3. This is a page of stickers. Now they're not going to be labeled for you, but you'll be able to tell which ones you are using where, and usually there's some left over. Here are some more die cuts, and again, they're going to be labeled on the back to tell me where I'm using them. Photo placeholders. So if you don't have your photos printed, but you want to mark where they're going to go on your pages, then these are the placeholders with the sizes that match what is included in the sample. So if you have not tried these out, I encourage you to do so. I am behind, shocking, in my scrapbooking with these. And that's for a couple of reasons.
one, I love these kits. I think they're absolutely beautiful, but I don't necessarily put my photos this way. I like a lot of photos and I like journaling. So I tend to want to think that I may adapt this into a pocket page layout, a 12 by 12 pocket page. It's possible. Um, so I'm really just hand pick, what? Hard hand pick, pink waving, hand pink. Okay, I'm not quite sure where you're going with that. Um, but anyway, so I'm behind because of time, and I'm behind because this is a little different than the way I typically, historically have scrapbooked, right? But the layouts are absolutely gorgeous, and I have made a number of them exactly this way, and they're just waiting for photos. Because yep, not all of them have photos either. So, but this is amazing. $37. That's everything in the scrapbook workshop kit. I left the sweets thinking I would pull those back out, but all I'm going to do is actually flip over to the suite, just saying hi. Hi, Becky. Thank you. Um, so the Endless Love Suite is, where are you? Lovely and beautiful. Here we go. The Endless Love Suite over here about page 30, right? So all you have all of this to play with as well. You better believe some of these are going to go in, and I can see doing like a flip flap with this. I think that would be so cute on a scrapbook page. And of course, a whole nother stamp set. All of that coordinates. But wait, there is more. In the scrapbooking from scratch section, which starts on page 58, we get another stamp set. Can't pick it up. So same font, additional words. You know, here's a little journaling line here. My day, my sweet, my heart, my sweetheart. Um, I adore you. You are loved. Treats. Hello, my. So hello, my sweet. With all my love. So I love the stamp set. So this is and it's the scrapbooking from scratch. In this section, they have the two-tone cardstock that coordinates with it. And I didn't buy the coordinating cardstock. I almost always do because I feel like this is a great way to build the collection of two-tone cardstock. And I know that if I wanted to do a huge Valentine's Day spread, then I would need more two-tone cardstock. If I needed more DSP, I could get it from the Endless Love Suite, or I could purchase the DSP and another sticker sheet here for $17. So lots of choices, but I just can't tell you how much I love the coordination here. So I've just posted the Love Story coordinating products to show you all the pieces, right? So here's the workshopping kit. Here's the suite. And then here are the components of the suite. Here's the coordinating stamp set, the two-tone cardstock, and the DSP with the sticker sheet. I printed it because I want to see it this way. I hope that that's a valuable tool for you. I know it is for me. So, all right, that is Love Story. Now let's flip back to the beginning and let's look at the next scrapbooking workshop kit, which is Exploring Nature. All right, let me grab it. Okay, so Exploring Nature. So again, here we're going to see the page layouts as they are in the workshop kit. So you get to see the the pages as you would, if, goodness gracious, if you create the pages exactly the way they are in the workshop kit, this is what they would look like with your own photos, most likely. Um, and then this has got the components of the workshopping kit down here. So I have the workshop kit, and again, I labeled it with the catalog and then the suite that this corresponds to, this coordinates with. And this was that gorgeous masculine suite, Nature Symphony. And I've already told you how the cutting designs work, so we're not going to look at that. We're going to skip right over and look at the pieces in the kit. So look at this gorgeous paper. This is two-sided, so it's not our base, but it could be exclusive to the kit. I don't remember the other designer series paper to tell you, but there is always some exclusiveness to it. I do remember this is in the DSP. This looks like it is most definitely from the DSP. Okay, so this one is exclusive. It is a secret C and it has this faint border around the edge. Let me see. So 2 sheets of that. That will be our base for one of our pages layouts. This is a second layout, and it's got this fun border across the top and at the bottom, or that could be the left and the right side, depending on how it's laid in here. And then we have some two-tone cardstock. So I believe this is Pretty Peacock, Pecan Pie, Secret C. Oh, I'm gonna say Pool Party. Then we have some White Willow. And we have 4 sheets of White Willow. And then I love that, right? This is beautiful, these trees. Um, gosh, this is calling me to my Alaskan cruise. This would be beautiful for that. These are die cuts, okay? And again, they're labeled on the back to which project they go to. These are die cuts as well, labeled on the back. Then this is a sticker sheet. So you can see all that we have. Lots of greetings, some strips. Wow, I love that. And then again, the photo placeholders. So that is the Exploring Nature. Hold on, let me get that back. Whoa, get in there. I love that this bag zips up. I feel like I can keep everything in the bag. And you could even keep your the stamp set in there too. But I got ahead of myself. Let's jump over to, okay. So then, I'll remember the suite, okay. Here's the suite, the Nature Walk suite, right? Okay. And then in the scrapbooking from scratch section, we have another sample page, right? Featuring this stamp set, Exploring Nature. I can't tell you how much I love this Stay Wild and Free, this big greeting. It's a great big world out there, not lost, just exploring. Nature is my happy place. I don't know how often I agree with that, but you know, this is pretty awesome. And again, you have the two-tone cardstock, which I didn't happen to buy this either. And you have the option to buy the designer series paper with the sticker sheet. So you can buy that designer series paper two ways. You can buy the designer series paper without the sticker sheet and in the combination of what's in the suite, or you can buy um, this combination with a sticker sheet. And again, in your coordinating products, we've listed out the scrapbooking workshop kit, then the suite and the components of the suite, then the scrapbooking from scratch stamp set, the two-tone cardstock, and the DSP with the sticker sheet. So again, I think this is a great tool. I'm hanging on to it, and I love the stamp set. And I love the workshopping kit, the workshop kit. I'm determined to get that all tripped up. Now, the next one, I should not be sitting down for this because I'm doing too much moving around. Flip back to the front to I've not done a great job of marking my pages. Okay, so we are at beach time. Man, who does beach pages? That did more of those. That we had 10 years straight that we were at the beach at least every summer. And so there were always beach pages and a lot of them. So here are the pages in the scrapbooking workshop kit. Right here are the three layouts, the three two-page layouts. Then the components of the kit. So I do have this kit. Remember, this coordinates with the Boardwalk Fun suite. And I did not have, I don't know what I had from this suite, honestly. But again, so here are our instructions and the cutting guides. And then we get into the paper. So this is beautiful. Look at this. Look at that lot, look like the ocean floor. Here, this ombre. And then we have the boardwalk on the flip side. And more waves. So this is exclusive to the kit. So this is going to be our base. And then this one is exclusive to the kit. I would say it's our base, but typically those are mirror images. Then this is clearly going to be exclusive. Then we have some two-tone cardstock. I'm going to guess that's Darling Duckling. Maybe it's Daffodil Delight. It's very bright. I'm guessing that's Strawberry Slush. Okay, so did my nails match? I think they're pretty close. Then Summer Splash, perhaps. Timid Tiger. And then we have some White Willow. Whoops. Okay. White Willow. And then we have our die cuts. This has got Sun written out on kind of one of the tickets, the boardwalk tickets. Summer, Let's Party, so some big titles. Here's another one that says Sun in the die cut. Then you've got some journal boxes, those tickets, a palm tree, your photo placeholders, a sticker sheet, and look at all of this down here. So cool strips to decorate. These are all stickers. All of these greetings. My happy place. Hello, sunshine. Let's go to the beach. All right, let's go. So that is what's in the scrapbooking workshop kit. Well, I think I got it right that time. And
see if we can't get that back in its sleeve. And here comes that haphazardness, right? So let's flip over from here. You remember this suite? And I don't have any of that, but it is. Here's a bug. All right, here's the Boardwalk Fun. Beach Boardwalk is the coordinating suite. Remember the puffy stickers? And then in the scrapbooking from scratch, here is another page layout, a scratch layout, if you will. And somehow I did not purchase this coordinating stamp set, which is crazy because I usually do. Um, so it's added to my cart now. I can breathe much easier now. The two-tone cardstock again, and I purchased that. So go figure. So I have Bubble Bath, Daffodil Delight, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, and White Willow in the collection. So this is 12 sheets of the two-tone cardstock. You get 2 of each for $12. So it's $1 a sheet. You get a good variety. This is working well for me to purchase them that way. And then the DSP again with the sticker sheet for $17. All right. Then we have, all right, that's the 3 that are in the mini catalog. So we can close it and jump over to what's in the online exclusives. So this workshop kit, workshop kit coordinates with the Lovely Blossoms suite, and it is called Currently Loving. So let me show you what I have from it. Oh my gosh, I'm cracking myself up. Okay, so coordinates with lovely arrangements. Actually, that's the bundle. I goofed on my naming convention there. Didn't put the name of the suite. I put the name of the bundle. So, which is not bad. It wouldn't be bad to have both of them there. Okay, these are beautiful. And since we don't have all of the catalog to rely on for our pages, I'll show you. So this is layout 1 and then layout 2 here and then layout 3. And then I love this too, down here on the bottom of the workshop kit tells you what photos, hold on, the orientation and how many of each size for each of the spreads, the way they have done them. So those are the 3 2-page spreads. Then we know this is exclusive because that was our base for the first layout. That's a beautiful sheet. It is also exclusive, right? So that's going to be a layout. Oh, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Right? So we saw that in the DSP. The B side, we saw this in the DSP. Just one sheet of that one, of the Old Olive. The crumb cake, we have 2 sheets of this one with a secret C on the back. And then we have our two-tone cardstock. And secret C, I think that's my favorite color. Just crazy. But sometimes it looks blue, sometimes it looks green.
Then here we have our beautiful die cuts. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Um, and then the day down here. So this is gorgeous. Looks very Magnolia Southern-like to me. Um, More die cuts. And then stickers. We have for some milestones. Lots of beautiful, elegant stickers and die cuts in here. And I don't know what I did with the photo placeholders. Oh, there they are. So, oh, what do I have? Another piece of white willow. I don't know, that's interesting. And photo placeholders here as well. And I think I flipped that okay. And we'll add this one. Hi, Dana. Glad you're here. This is the fourth of the scrapbooking workshop kits, the Currently Loving. And for this one, I bought the scrapbooking workshop kit. I purchased the two-tone cardstock. So I have Cloud Cover, Crumb Cake, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Secret Sea, and White Willow in this pack. So like I said, this is the cloud cover on the front. And then the stamp set that coordinates with this is called Currently Loving as well. And 10 stamps, but currently playing, currently reading. You could mix these all up. Currently watching, making, celebrating, loving. So great variety here. And I love that font. So, and then this is the coordinating flyer for it. Again, the workshop kit, the coordinating suite, and all of its components. Then the scrapbooking from scratch stamp set, the two-tone cardstock, and then the designer series paper with the sticker sheet. Oh, how's my time? 5:30. All right. So that's the scrapbooking workshop kits and their coordinating products. Let me get this off of here for a moment because I want to circle back on a couple of things. All right. Um, um, okay, my mouse doesn't want to work. There. Okay. So, the ordering special, I winged it earlier today. I didn't get it quite right. So, that did post, however, at so that posted at 1:30. That was JA26 number 8. And it goes something like this. So if you place an order between today and Tuesday evening, and your order retail is between $20 and $49, your rewards are coming from Stampin' Up. You're going to get 10% Stampin' rewards, and I believe those are going to be good for a year. If your order is between $50 and $99, you get some double rewards, right? So at $50, you're going to earn, well, in that range, let's stay in that range, you're going to earn 10% of your retail from Stampin' Up. Those are going to be your Stampin' rewards. At $50 in January, you've earned a $5 bonus coupon to spend in February, right? And then if your order totals $75, you have an option to get the product of the month. Remember, you can only get one product of the month per, no, I'm not going to say that. You can only get the product of the month you choose one time. Yeah, I'm just going to confuse it if I say any more. I'm going to stop there. So that's what you're going to get from Stampin' Up. I'm going to give you an additional 10% rewards. those would be good for 90 days. Now, Stampin' Up! Does a great job of helping you keep up with what's expiring in your reward bank. So you'll watch that. Now, did I say that's $75? Okay, so then at $100 retail value, you're going to get 10% Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up! You'd get $10 in bonus day coupons to be used in February. That would earn you the product of the month opportunity. That's going to cost you $5, but you'd qualify for that. Plus, you have choices here. So you can choose to get another 10% in rewards from me, or a brand new embellishment, or a set of layering templates. And I'm going to post some photos of those layering templates. So I'm going to post this ordering special again and include photos of the layering templates. The layering templates are exactly what they say. So when you build a card, you have your card base that's 4¼ by 5½ front, and then your layers traditionally come in 1/4 inch at a time. So you're going to have a layer that is 4 by 5¼ and then you're going to have 3¼ by 5, and then you're going to have 3½ by 4¾ and I'm going to stop there. But you're going to have all these layers so that you can see, to help you decide how you want to layer. Is that first layer going to be 1/4 inch in? Is it going to be 1/2 inch in? Is it going to be a full inch? Depends on how much of the layer behind it you want to see, right? So very useful. They'll be labeled with their measurements, and I think that's a great tool. Like I said, I'll repost the ordering special, and I'll include a photo of the layering templates so you can see how that is described. You can see what I've described. Go with that. All right. So one other thing to touch on, because we've kind of said this a couple of times, is the November online exclusives didn't get any love. The January offering is not as big as the November offering. And I've decided that that's because the January offering coincided with the mini catalog. The November was between catalog introductions, right? It was introduced in the middle of the September to December catalog. So it was a pretty substantial offering, and we didn't touch on it. Now, I've touched on a few things as we've gone through the day, but I want to circle back and kind of point out some things that you might have missed. And I guess what this is, if I've learned anything today, it's that I've learned that when the March offering comes out, we need to do some sort of gathering to show them some love as well. All right. So I'm going to flip back and if you would like me to, I can link this brochure as well. I can provide a link to the PDF for it. As far as I know, these products are all still current, but I can't swear to that. Okay, so the first suite in that November offering was called Brushed with Beauty. Now that was also a card craft card. It was a card event, a card class that was led by Stampin' Up! In okay, I don't know, November, December. I'm really not sure now. Anyway, it's still available for purchase. So for $30, you'll get the videos and all the instructions to make the cards that were featured in that card class. But the suite looks something like this. So it is a double bundle set, right? So we have the Petals of Beauty as well as the Words of Beauty. So those are bundles, die bundles. And you know what? I love this die so much. Again, these dies would be great for layering these leaves. I love layering the leaves like that. on different things. So anyway, I'm not going to pop too much time on this. I just wanted to kind of briefly show you. Then these gorgeous Pearls of Beauty gems. I mean, how often do we have crumb cake gems? Never, as far as I can tell. So these are kind of, they've got a little iridescent to them. They're just gorgeous. Okay, can't get them back in the package. There's an embossing folder with this suite, and it is called Beautiful Pattern. And then there is designer series paper as well. And the colors in it are Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Early Espresso, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Secret Sea, and Very Vanilla. So, oh, come on. You know, I hesitate. I really didn't want this to be, anyway, I'm going to shut up and just show you because this is a gorgeous, gorgeous suite and you may not have seen it. All right, so we have this beautiful stripe and then look at that. Is that not stunning? Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful. Then this has a really cool texture to it, texture look. And then this detail on the other side, very rich green here with this floral on the other side. It's like the B sides are on top. Typically, the B side is less specific, and then the A side has the more, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I've gotten tired. Some more greens, and then this beautiful floral, and then this, and this floral. I don't know if the dies cut out any of these. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So anyway, that is the Brush with Beauty Suite collection. Then there was a suite called Hobby Haven Suite Collection. And I have the paper, the embellishments. These are so cool. They're completely, they're flat. Or they're not, what am I trying to say? There's no, they're not humped, right? They're flat, earthy matte dots, the name of them, which I'm gonna guess Secret Sea Crumb Cake. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's this little green chevron ribbon. So cool. And then the paper. Now, why didn't I get the rest of this? The stamp set didn't completely appeal to me. If I were going to get anything else, I would probably get the dies. And it's not that, yeah, I don't even know how to explain why the stamp set doesn't appeal to me or why it doesn't call to me. Do you ever have stamps that call to you? Okay. So here's the paper. I've probably got it upside down. Books, I like to read. And then this is just more of a generic pattern on that side. So 2 sheets of that. Then kind of a self-care spa treatment in this pattern with a really cool kind of watercolor there. Then this one is all about the cooking.
Right, this gorgeous green pattern on the back. Then we get some plants in this one. Okay, now that I've seen the paper, then we have this kind of grid on the back of this one. Then we have some sewing. Oh, look at the old style patterns, right? And then that. And then we have 2 sheets of die cuts to go along with this. There's photography, there's reading, here's embroidery, cross stitch, tons of things there. And so the stamp set, yeah, there's no way you can see it there, but oh, here, you can almost see it here. So here we go. You've got this deep breath. Friends like you are golden and you're the best. And I can't read that tiny. So happy to have you in my life. And I don't know. So for whatever reason, I purchased the paper and the accessories and opted not to get the stamp set and die. Of course, keep in mind this came out in November. November is not a super flush month, is it? All right, I think I've got that back in there. Completely tore that, so fold that over. A couple of other things. This Our Story stamp looks like it should coordinate with a workshop kit, a scrapbooking workshop kit, but as far as I can tell, there was not one in this release. It's on the display bundle, way too many pieces. That's way too fussy for me. Banner sayings, I do have that. The punch, there's the punch, and some small sayings. Consider yourself hugged. I can't thank you enough. You did it. Cue the confetti. So all sayings that will fit within this banner. So triple punch here. For that. This fall friendly foliage. I've seen some gorgeous cards made with this. It's just one I just didn't happen to purchase. Then the Valentine's Kisses we looked at earlier. Swirled designs, delicate framing. Should be quite elegant looking there, huh? And what else do we have? This Cake Day bundle. That was the image on the front of the brochure. Outdoor Adventure. I think this is meant to go with the scrapbooking workshop kit in the annual catalog. I mean, it's not. Stamp It Up isn't seeing those coordinating. The theme, in my mind, coordinates. So I can see using it with that. It's got some big game pop-up petals bundle. I don't have that one either. Seen some beautiful things made with it. Then we're back to the bundles we've already seen. And is there anything else? Just scanning quickly. We saw the doilies. Vellum came back in the November release. 12 by 12 sheets of vellum for $10. I have forgotten how many sheets that is. There's a specialty paper called Whispers of Texture. I'm not sure if that's over there or not. Lasting Linen. This is a background stamp in photopolymer. And then here's the Our Story photopolymer stamp set. So I think, is that it? Oh no, here's one. This is a stamp set called Big Little Things. So a panda, an elephant, looks like is that a hippo? There's Mars, and a
Uh, I'm not quite sure what that other one is. Need to go back to kindergarten, clearly. Stamp and die organizers. So these pockets that the new stamps and dies are coming in, you can get a pack of these. I believe it is, oh, I can't remember, 10 maybe in the stamp and die organizers. So if you wanted to add additional, you rearrange your stamps to fit the new packaging, then there are empty packages that you can purchase for that purpose. All right, goodness. Okay, that took longer than I thought it was going to. Go figure. So, wrapping up, right? We are near the end. We are in the home stretch. Um, there is a post that posted at 5:30 while I was talking. In a few minutes, the shopping list post is going to post. I want to know what's on your list. And then I'll be back at 7 for a thank you and a wrap up. If you would like me to post the PDF of the November online exclusives, let me know. And like I said, I'll repost the ordering special with photos of or actually, I guess I could just add them in the comments. Maybe I can edit. I'll figure that out. I'm going to add photos to the ordering special so that you can see what those layering templates look like so that you know whether you want to choose those or not. Whew. All right. I'm going to turn you loose for now. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you at 7. Take care.